Hey guys, Joel with CarMix here. Today we're going to go over the 2019 720S. We're going to go over the goods, the bads, everything in between. Okay guys, so we're getting into the side here. We're going to start with the interior. So first thing you guys notice when you get into the McLaren is all of the doors go up. There's a couple different variations. So the 720 itself is the Gorilla doors. So they actually swing outwards and up, as where the regular 650s, 600 LTs, they're actually like scissor doors, so they come straight up versus out. And when you come over to here, with the Gorilla door, the Gorilla glass. So as we were speaking with the Spider Huracan, there's a lot more headroom in here. So you're not bumping your head getting into it if you're a tall guy or something like that. This spec of interior comes red and black, not fully Alcantara. This one's half leather, half Alcantara, as where you can get the spec where it's full Alcantara. Okay, as we get into the interior here, as I mentioned, the Gorilla glass gives you the headspace, but the difference is down here. So you got to kind of get over the cockpit area. As you sit in here, you feel like you're actually in a Formula One car, because that's kind of what's inspired off of. As you look at the main centerpiece here, comparing it to the Huracans, the 720s, a little bit more race inspired. There's not so much screens, it's more just driver focused. One of the main features compared to this versus any of the other supercars is because it's track inspired, the paddles on the steering wheel, they actually are locked in position. So as you turn the steering wheel, the paddles go with you, versus the other ones, they stay in set positions. The visibility, most of the supercars, you don't see anything in the backs, in the sides or anything, because you're very low. This one is full glass around front, back, side to side. So the blind spots are actually pretty good in this one. When it comes to parking the vehicle, you don't actually have a park. So some people panic and they say, what do they got to do with this thing? But you just put it in neutral and then you put the e-brake on, and that's as park as you can get. Talking about the speedometer and the cluster up front here, it has the general version that you can see, or you can switch it into track mode, where it just gives you the RPMs, so you can kind of focus on how hard you're pushing the car. When you are trying to get out of this thing, it's not hard, it's just you got to give it a little bit of a push here, and then as you get out, it's actually easier to get out than it is to get in. As you're getting out of this place, whether you're at a restaurant or you're at the mall or something, when you're parking this thing and people are around, people are going to look at it. And as you get out, the doors are obviously obnoxious. They're cool, but obnoxious, but it's kind of cringe most of the times. So we're gonna take a look at the back here. So a couple of nice features on the 720 is the massive carbon ceramic brakes. The thing is fast to go, and it also stops on a dime. To help the carbon ceramics, the whale tail on the back here, it actually acts as an air brake, like a jet. So if you're going fast enough, this thing will actually come up and stop you faster than the brakes would. The dual exhaust that spits straight out the back, when it's real warmed up, you'll get the odd fireball coming out the back. Very sleek design all the way around front to back. Up here, you can see a little bit of the engine just to get the breather. Shows what it is, 4-liter twin turbo. So as we get around to the side here, as you can see, the whole profile is kind of based on the aerodynamics to keep the car planted to the ground. So we got this coming down into the exhaust. We got all of this coming into the engine to keep it cool. Down here, this also shoots it down into the carbon ceramics to keep them cool. Looking into the engine here, McLaren's famous for not letting you do your own work. So you can't do oil changes, you can't check anything, because they got to take the whole car up off the motor. But what they do show you, they show you the 4-liter twin turbo. They give you some fancy red lights in there to make you feel a little bit special spending this kind of money. At a car show, it's cool. The whole car basically is meant to push down. As the car goes faster, more pressure comes down on the car, so you can keep going faster and faster. Another cool thing with the front here is, if you see down here, it's actually hidden. So we got the headlights, we got the LEDs, blinkers, but if you come and look closer, there's actually vents as well, cooling the front brakes as well. So as we close out this one with the 720S, a few things, like I said, to mention. The negatives is the maintenance, the fuel costs, the doors. Like I said, if you're not really a flashy guy, this might not be the car for you. But if you want to turn heads and you got a little bit of deep pockets, this is the car for you. Joel with CarMix. Make sure to like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.